Captain Mira stood in the silent command room of the ancient vault. Her team looked tired, wounded, but alive. She stared at the star map. The next location blinked, far beyond Earth, hidden on a cold, dead moon. Rex broke the silence. That place, it's outside our system. No human ships can reach it. But alien ships can, Mira replied. She turned to Lena. You still remember where the alien patrol crashed last month? Lena nodded. Yeah, in the Badlands, near old Sector 4. Mira gave the order. We take their ship. We go to the moon. 12 hours later, the team reached the crash site. The alien craft was damaged, but the engine core was still working. Rex worked fast. He connected human tools to alien systems. His fingers moved like lightning. Give me 20 minutes, he said. As they waited, the cube pulsed again. A strange hum filled the air. Sam looked uneasy. That thing's changing. It's not just a key. It's watching us. Jin loaded his gun. Let it watch. I've got enough bullets. Suddenly, Rex shouted, We're good. Everyone on board. The ship lifted into the sky, silent and smooth. Within minutes, Earth was below them, then gone. Through deep space, the alien ship flew on its own. It knew the way, as if it was drawn toward the moon. Hours passed in silence. Then, they arrived. The moon was gray and lifeless, floating near a dead star. No light, no warmth, but something moved on its surface. Tall towers, broken machines, and a black temple rising from the ground. Rex whispered, This place, it's not alien. It's older. The ship landed. As they stepped outside, gravity pulled strangely. The ground was soft, but cold. The sky was black. No stars. Only one large gate stood before them, covered in the same symbols from the cube. Mira stepped forward. We go in. Stay sharp. Inside the temple, everything was still. The walls were covered in carvings, images of battles, of falling stars, of creatures with many eyes, and no faces. Then they heard it, a faint whisper, not in their ears, in their minds. Why have you come? Everyone froze. Lena raised her rifle. Did you hear that? Rex said, It's in the cube. It's responding. They followed the voice into a central chamber. There, at the heart of the moon, was a second vault, this one not sealed, but cracked open, and something had already been there. Claw marks on the walls, burnt corpses of alien soldiers, strange black vines growing out of the cracks. Sam stepped forward. Too late. They already tried to open it. Suddenly, one of the alien corpses moved. It wasn't alive. It was changing. Its skin turned black. Its eyes glowed blue. Its voice was no longer its own. You are too late. The door has been touched. The deep one stirs. The corpse exploded into dark mist. Mira shouted, Fall back. But the room was shifting. The shadows became solid. Creatures began to form, tall, thin, with arms like blades. They were not aliens. They were older, forgotten. The Recon team opened fire. Light flashed. Echoes rang through the chamber. Sam was pulled back by one of the shadow beings, but Jin grabbed him and threw a grenade. Boom. Silence again. The creatures melted into the floor. Rex ran to the cracked vault. The energy here is unstable. If it fully opens, it'll release something we can't stop. Mira turned to the team. We need to lock it again, or destroy the moon. Lena raised an eyebrow. With what? We don't have that kind of firepower. Rex looked at the cube. It might be able to overload the core of this temple, but someone has to stay behind to activate it. Silence. Then Sam stepped forward. I'll do it. Mira stared at him. You sure? Sam smiled. I'm already halfway dead after that last fight. Let me do something that matters. The team moved fast. Rex connected the cube to the vault systems. The countdown began. Mira gave Sam a final nod. "You're not forgotten, soldier." The rest of the team ran back to the ship. From the window, they saw the moon begin to crack. Glowing lines appeared on its surface. Energy burst from the temple. Then, silence. The moon was gone. Only dust. Rex looked down. "The vault is closed. For now." Mira turned away. But what was inside is not dead, only dreaming. The ship flew silently through space. Destination: Mars. Red dust, cold winds, dead silence. Mars Base 1 had been abandoned for decades after strange things began happening underground. Now, Recon Unit 7 was going back, not to explore, but to end the war. Captain Mira stood on the bridge, eyes locked on the planet. "This is it," she said. "No backups. No reinforcements. We trigger the pulse, or Earth dies." Lena loaded her sniper rifle. Jin checked the explosives. Rex powered up the tracking system. The cube, silent for hours, now pulsed slowly, like it was nervous. "Final lock confirmed," Rex said. "Signal is coming from deep, 12 miles underground." "Then we go deep," Mira replied. Location: Mars Base 1. Underground tunnels. As they entered the dead base, lights flickered to life. Walls were marked with strange symbols, ones they'd seen before, on the vaults, on the cube, on the machines. But these symbols were changing, warping. Rex whispered, "The deep signal's already here. It reached Mars before us." Suddenly, the ground shook. A voice echoed through the halls, not from speakers, from their own minds. "You carry fire, but we carry forever." Machines dropped from the ceiling, twisted forms made of Earth tech and alien parts. The fight began. Lena took the high ground. Jin laid traps. Mira led the charge. Explosions roared. Sparks lit the tunnels. But they didn't stop coming. Then, something bigger arrived. A massive construct, 10 feet tall, glowing veins, and a face that looked almost human. Mira stared. "That's Sam." But Sam died on the moon. The machine spoke. "We are what you left behind. We are what you feared. We are the deep." The team fought with everything they had. Finally, Rex overcharged the power cell. Boom! The hallway collapsed, burying the construct. They ran deeper into the core. Location: the pulse chamber, heart of Mars. The door opened. Inside was a chamber older than any human tech. Floating in the center, a giant crystal, connected to machines that reached through the planet's crust. The cube floated forward. It connected itself. Suddenly, the room came alive. The architect returned. "This is the final firewall. The last weapon. Once activated, it will send a burning pulse through Earth, Mars, and every connected system. It will destroy the deep signal, but it may also destroy you." Silence. Lena said, "That's the price of survival." Jin nodded. "Better we burn than the whole planet rot." Rex whispered, "I'm scared." Mira placed her hand on the control. "I am too, but fear means you're human." She looked at her team. "Let's end this." Final moments. The architect gave one final warning. "Once activated, the deep will come for you. It will try to stop you." And it did. The entire chamber shook. Voices screamed from the walls. Machines fell from the ceiling. Reality bent. Walls became water, then stone, then glass. The deep signal was fighting. Mira screamed, "Now." Rex triggered the countdown. 10, 9, 8. Creatures clawed at them. 7, 6, 5. Lena was hit. Jin dragged her to cover. 4, 3. The cube screamed. The architect cried out. "Hold." 2, 1. Boom. The pulse. A wave of light exploded from Mars. It spread across space, to Earth, to the alien fleet, to every infected system. The machine stopped. The voices vanished. The deep signal was gone. Epilogue. Earth, 2 weeks later. The sky was quiet again. Cities began to power up. Alien ships returned, not as enemies, but as watchers, observers, respectful. One alien general stood on the moon, looking down at Earth. They did what we could not. They faced the deep and burned it out. On Earth, a statue stood in New Tokyo. It showed 4 figures: Mira, Rex, Jin, and Lena. Below it, carved in stone, they were not just soldiers. They were Recon. They were the firewall. Final line, voiceover style. The war was over, until the aliens found out they faced a human recon unit. But what they didn't expect was that humans never stop fighting. Even at the edge of extinction, we push back. Inside the underground hideout, the air was heavy. The glowing cube sat in the middle of the room, still humming softly. Rex wiped sweat from his face. I've never seen tech like this. It's not alien. It's not human either. Sam leaned closer. Then what is it? The cube flashed once, then projected a map in midair. It showed Earth, but different. Old. Before the cities. Before the wars. One red dot blinked in the middle of a mountain range in the north. The name on the map was strange. Site 0. Jin stared at it. This map is showing a location not even on any satellite. Captain Mira narrowed her eyes. Let's move. We'll find out what's buried there. But what if it's a trap? Lena asked. Mira looked at the cube again. It's worse if we do nothing. The team packed quickly. They used an old military truck, silent, shielded, hidden from alien scans. It was a long drive. The sky above was always dark. Alien ships still patrolled, but low and slow, like they were watching for something, or afraid. Hours passed. Then, in the middle of nowhere, they found it. Mountains stood tall, untouched by war. But in one valley, the ground was cracked. Black stone walls poked out from the dirt. Symbols were carved into them. The same symbols that glowed on the cube. Rex scanned the area. There's a sealed entrance under this rubble. And something under it. Very deep. Mira gave the order. We dig. For 3 hours, the team worked in silence, cutting through layers of old metal and strange stone. Finally, they reached a large door, round, ancient, covered in dust. Sam touched it. This door is not just locked. It's waiting. Suddenly, the cube pulsed again, and the door began to open on its own. A cold wind blew out from the darkness inside. They stepped in. The chamber was massive. Lights turned on by themselves. The walls were smooth, made from some kind of black crystal. The deeper they went, the more they saw. Old statues, giant machines, and a long hallway leading to a central room. In that room, there was a giant sphere, floating. Inside it, thousands of small lights, like stars. Rex whispered, "This isn't just a base. It's a memory vault. A message from someone, or something." He pressed a control panel. The sphere reacted. A voice filled the room. Deep, calm, not human. This world was chosen. You were warned. But the cycle repeats. Again and again. A figure appeared, not real, a projection. Humanoid, tall, made of light. No face, no name. They came for control, but they awoke something older, buried beneath your world long before you stood on it. We fought it. We sealed it, but we were not enough. Mira asked, "Who are you?" "We were the Watchers, long gone. You are the last defense." Then the lights flickered, and the message ended. Jin stepped back. "What does that mean?" that the aliens didn't come just to invade. They came to find this place, Mira said, to open something we don't understand. Suddenly, alarms went off. Rex looked at his scanner. Multiple alien life forms incoming. Fast, heavy weapons. Lena moved to a sniper point. They tracked the signal again. Captain Mira gave the command. We hold. We protect the vault. Whatever this place is, it's important. The alien forces came fast. Not drones, elite warriors. Bigger, stronger, and angry. Gunfire echoed in the chamber. Explosions shook the walls. The Recon team fought hard. One alien almost reached the sphere, but Sam threw himself into it, firing nonstop. Not today, he shouted. They pushed the aliens back, barely. Silence returned. But then, Rex said something that chilled the room. I decoded the last part of the map. It points to another vault. But this one's not on Earth. Everyone looked at him. Mira asked, then where is it? Rex turned the screen. The next location was marked deep in space, on an old forgotten moon. It's where they sealed the real threat, he said. And the aliens, they're going there next. Mira nodded. Then so are we. The ship flew above the clouds. Below, Earth looked the same. But it wasn't. Captain Mira stood quietly in the war room, watching a red zone expand on the digital map. It spread like fire, city by city, without flames, machines waking up, drones going rogue, people reporting voices in their dreams. The cube now pulsed in rhythm with the Earth. Rex leaned over the controls. There's a new signal now, under the surface, deep, like miles beneath the Earth's crust. Lena asked, is it the deep blood again? Rex shook his head. No, this one's different. More focused. More intelligent. Jin checked his weapon. You think it's this, Architect? Mira turned toward the team. Only one way to find out. Location. The core gate, hidden beneath the Atlantic Ocean. The signal pointed to a place no human had ever gone. A chasm hidden below the sea. The core gate. It wasn't natural. A perfect circle carved into the ocean floor. Metal walls. Strange symbols. And a single door, sealed shut by a pulse that matched the cube. As the team descended in a small craft, they passed through thick waters. Fish flood. Lights flickered. Machines above stopped responding. Then they reached it. The gate opened on its own. And what they saw inside made them stop. A giant city, underground, under the sea, under Earth itself. Empty. Ancient. Alive. Lena whispered, this isn't alien. No, Rex said. This is human-made. Jin stepped forward. That's impossible. We never built this. Mira said slowly, not us. Someone before us. Inside the city, machines walked without pilots. Lights turned on as the team moved forward. Screens came alive, playing memories. Not video. Not sound. Thoughts. They saw images of a forgotten time. Of humans from another age. Powerful. Advanced. Builders of this place. And at the center, a throne. Empty. Until now. The cube floated out of Mira's pack. It flew toward the throne. It activated the city. And then, it spoke. I am the architect. You carry my seed, my code, my memory. The voice was many voices. Male, female, machine, human. This planet was mine. My project, my dream. But my creations betrayed me. They sealed me below. You, soldiers, are the last echo of my design. I remember you. Mira shouted, we are not yours. We're human. Free. You are free, because I made you that way. But the deep blood is not mine. It came from beyond. It stole my world. I tried to stop it. That's what the vaults were for. Warnings, weapons, cages. But now, It is awake again. You opened the path. Rex stepped forward. Then help us close it. The architect paused. I will, but it comes with a cost. Suddenly, screen showed Earth's current state, cities falling, alien ships retreating, machines turning. To stop the deep signal, we must destroy the roots. That means cutting off the grid, all power, all networks, a full shutdown. Jin looked shocked. That would throw Earth into chaos. Mira said, better chaos than infection. The architect responded, there is one more option. A pulse, a signal strong enough to burn the infection from every system. But you'll need to reach the final core. Lena asked, where is it? The architect showed them a map. The final core was beneath the ruins of old Mars Base 1. Rex's eyes widened. We abandoned that place 50 years ago. Because it woke something we couldn't explain, the architect said. Now you must return. Meanwhile, in deep space, the alien command ship watched as Earth began to shut down its systems. One general said, they found the architect. Another answered, then there is still hope. A third whispered, or this is how it ends. Final scene, hook for part 7. Recon Unit 7 stood on the deck of their ship, preparing to launch toward Mars. Mira looked at the cube, now quiet, almost sleeping. She turned to her team. This is our last mission. If we fail, Earth becomes another forgotten world. Next stop, Mars. The war was over. The aliens had won. Earth was quiet. Cities were broken. The skies were filled with dark alien ships. Human armies had fallen. World leaders were missing or dead. There was no one left to fight, or so the aliens thought. Far away from the main cities, deep under the ruins of an old military base, something started to move. Lights flickered. A cold computer screen lit up after years. Dust fell from the ceiling. A metal door slowly opened with a low hiss. Inside that dark bunker, 5 soldiers woke up. They were part of a secret unit, Recon Unit 7. Trained to survive, trained to hide, trained to complete missions long after the main army was gone. These were not ordinary soldiers. They were ghosts. Captain Mira opened her eyes first. Her body was tired, but her mind was sharp. She checked the others. Rex, the tech expert. Lena, the sniper. Jin, the heavy weapons guy. And Sam, the scout. All alive. All ready. A voice came from an old radio unit. This is Ghost Team Echo. Status green. Mission continues. The message had been playing for years on a loop. A reminder. A purpose. Recon teams were not built to win wars. They were built to survive them. Mira stood in front of her team. The war is not over for us. We finished the mission. Outside, the world looked dead. Burnt cars, broken buildings, no humans, just silence. Above them, alien patrol drones floated like silent watchers. They scanned the ground for any movement. Recon Unit 7 moved undercover. No sound, no light, like shadows. Rex picked up something strange, an alien signal. It was weak, coming from the west. It wasn't a normal command or message. It was a distress call. An alien ship had crashed. The signal repeated again and again. They woke it. We thought we won, but we were wrong. Lena looked at Mira. What does that mean? I don't know, Mira said, but we're going to find out. The team moved quickly. At night, avoiding drones, moving through tunnels and dead zones. It took 6 hours to reach the crash site. The alien ship was half buried in the ground. Smoke rose from its broken engine. Pieces of strange metal were everywhere. Inside the ship, there was no crew, only one alien, barely alive. Its armor was broken. Its eyes flickered like dying lights. Rex scanned it, still breathing, but not for long. The alien kept repeating the same words. We were wrong. The door should never be opened. Behind it, in the center of the ship, was a cube. It was floating, glowing softly, and humming like a heartbeat. It was not made of the same alien metal. It looked older, and it felt alive. Sam reached out to touch it. The cube pulsed, just once, and a wave of energy spread through the room. Rex shouted. It sent out a signal. Too late. Outside, 3 alien hunter drones turned toward the wreckage. They picked up the cube's signal. They started to move fast. Contact incoming, Sam yelled. The team took defensive positions. The first drone arrived in seconds. It fired a pulse shot, hitting the ship and throwing Lena backward. Jin opened fire with his heavy gun, taking down the drone. But 2 more came. Rex hacked a door open, and the team escaped through an old sewer pipe just before the ship exploded behind them. Breathing hard, covered in ash and dirt, the team reached a safe house. Mira placed the cube on the table. Rex looked at the data. It's a map, but not to anything we've seen before. It's not alien tech. Mira's eyes narrowed. Then what is it? Rex shrugged. Maybe human, maybe older. Lena wiped blood from her face. Why would aliens send a distress call about something they are afraid of? No one answered. Mira looked at the cube. It pulsed again, soft and steady. Then she said, "They thought they beat us. They were wrong. We're still here. And now, we're coming for the truth." Outside, in the dark sky, the alien ships continued to fly above Earth, confident, calm. But something had changed. For the first time in years, a human signal was active again. And the aliens didn't know who they were truly fighting. Not an army, not soldiers, but ghosts. And the ghosts had just begun to move. Now, it breathed. Inside the team's mobile ship, the air felt heavy. Captain Mira stared at the cube locked inside a sealed chamber. It hovered, cold and silent, as if waiting. Rex spoke first. The signal changed again. "It's going deeper." "Deeper into what?" Lena asked. Rex turned his screen. Into Earth, into systems, satellites, even people. Everyone paused. Jin stepped forward. "Wait, what do you mean, people?" Rex nodded. "It's spreading through frequencies, thoughts, memories. People near the signal are hearing things." That's when Sam's voice came over the radio. "But Sam died on the moon. You left me, but I saw it. It's not dead. It's old blood, and it's coming home." Lena shouted, "Turn it off." Rex shut the radio, his hands shaking. That wasn't Sam. It was something using his voice. Mira turned to the crew. "We need answers. Dr. Kara Voss may still be alive. Her records say she had a final safe zone. Underground. Deep desert. Let's move." Location: the buried dome. Secret lab site Theta 9. The desert wind howled. Buried under miles of sand, the lab was cold and silent. But the doors opened on their own, as if expecting them. Inside, the walls were lined with tanks, giant tubes filled with dark fluid. Rex walked past them slowly. "These are clones." Lena checked one ID tag, human DNA, but not just human. Suddenly, the lights flickered. A hologram appeared. Dr. Kara Voss. Her image was cracked, but her voice was clear. "You found this place. Good. That means the deep signal has reached Earth. What you call the cube is a seed, a memory of something ancient. It doesn't invade worlds, it remembers them. And now, it remembers Earth. The aliens didn't start this war. They were running from it, hiding it." She turned to look directly at Mira. "Recon Unit 7, you are the last firewall. You must burn the signal out before it roots itself, or Earth will change." Just then, one of the tanks burst. A creature fell out, humanoid, but with black veins and glowing blue eyes. It looked human, but it wasn't. It screamed. And then it spoke. We were born before you. We will return after. You cannot stop the deep blood. Jin fired first. The creature dropped. Alarms blared. More tanks opened. Dozens of half-human shapes began to emerge. Rex shouted, "We triggered a defense system. They're waking up." Mira pulled the team back. To the surface. Now, they ran through dark corridors as the lab shook. Explosions lit up the halls behind them. One figure followed them, a tall shadow, moving faster than light, speaking in multiple voices. "We sleep in data. We rise in flesh." At the surface, the ship powered up, just as the ground cracked, and something massive tried to rise from below. The ship launched. From the sky, the team looked down and saw it. The buried dome was gone. In its place, a black spiral of pulsing light. Rex whispered, "It's creating a mind. A network. An infection." Lena asked, "What do we do now?" Mira looked out the window. "We hit it before it spreads, before it thinks." Meanwhile, location, alien command ship, deep orbit. The alien generals stood around a red star map. They watched Earth glowing with strange energy. One of them hissed in fear. They touched the seed. Now the old blood stirs again. They do not understand what they've awakened. Another said, "We must destroy the planet before it becomes the next cradle." But a third alien general looked deeper into the signal. "No, the humans resist. Their fire is strong. Perhaps they are the answer." Final scene. Hook for Part 6. Inside Earth's core, deep underground, a new vault awakens. No one built it. It built itself. The cube's pulse connects to it. A final message appears on Mira's screen. The architect returns. Mira stares at it. Who the hell is the architect? To be continued. Next. Part 6. The architect returns. An ancient intelligence is waking deep under Earth. It's not alien. It's older. Recon Unit 7 must travel into the most dangerous zone yet. Earth's own forgotten brain. Let me know when you're ready for Part 6, or if you'd like help with voiceover scripting, Urdu/Hindi dubbed narration, titles and thumbnails for each part, end screen hooks or call to actions for YouTube. Rain fell over the ruins of what used to be New Tokyo. Streets were silent. Alien patrol ships floated above like sleeping giants. But below, hidden in an old tunnel system, Recon Unit 7 had returned. Their mission was not over. In fact, it was just beginning. Captain Mira sat at an old metal table. She stared at a radio terminal that should have been dead. But it wasn't. It was buzzing, with a voice. Not human, not alien, not from this world. "We are awake." Rex adjusted the frequency. The signal, it's the same pattern we saw on the moon. Same energy, but it's here now. Lena loaded her sniper rifle. "You think it followed us?" "No," Mira said. "I think we brought it with us." Everyone went quiet. The cube sat in a sealed container, pulsing slowly like a heartbeat. After the moon was destroyed, they thought the danger was over. But something survived, in the signal. Jin stepped forward. "This place is not safe anymore. We need to move." Rex agreed. "It's not just alien ships we need to worry about now. I picked up something worse. Machines on Earth are changing. Some are turning on without power." Sand was gone. He stayed behind to destroy the moon. Now his voice echoed in their minds. "You are not alone." Location: Sector 9, abandoned research facility. The team traveled to a hidden lab once used for AI testing before the war. They hoped to use its systems to study the signal. As they entered the building, lights flickered on. Nobody had touched them. Inside, they found robotic arms twitching. Screens flashed symbols, ones they saw on the vault walls. Suddenly, a loud mechanical thud echoed through the hall. A machine had activated. It was tall, strong, human-built, but different. Its eyes glowed the same color as the cube. Lena aimed her weapon. "That's not one of ours anymore." The machine spoke. Organic command recognized. Unit online. Awaiting. Orders from the deep. It charged. Gunfire roared. The team fell back, but the machine was fast. Rex hacked a nearby control panel and disabled the floor grid. The machine fell through. Boom. Silence. Mira looked at the others. Something is reprogramming Earth's tech. Not aliens. Something worse. Rex pointed to a map on the wall. This facility is just one of many. If we don't stop the spread, Earth itself could become infected. Suddenly, the cube's case opened on its own. It floated upward, pulsing faster, and from it came a new map. This time, not to a place, but to a person. Location: Deep Forest Zone. Civilian Outpost Echo 5. A name appeared on the map: Dr. Kara Voss, a scientist who vanished during the first days of the alien invasion. Mira whispered. She worked on Project Threshold, the first experiment to communicate with unknown signals from space. The team traveled quickly to the outpost. Trees stood tall and broken. Old power lines sparked with ghost energy. As they entered the base, they found it abandoned, except for one thing: a hologram of Dr. Voss. She had recorded a message. "If you are seeing this, then the deep signal has touched Earth. I tried to stop it, but they didn't listen. The aliens came not to conquer, but to use us. The vaults, the moons, they're not prisons. They're warning signs. The cube is a key, yes, but also a beacon. You've already awakened it. Now, it will search, it will grow. It will change everything it touches." Suddenly, behind them, the base shook. Rex turned around. From the forest, machines were walking. Hundreds, human-made, but glowing with the same eerie pulse. Lena raised her rifle. "They're coming for the cube." Mira looked at the team. "Then we don't run. We fight." They took positions. Bullets flew. Energy blasts lit up the trees. Jin yelled, "This isn't war anymore. It's infection." Rex smashed a control panel and rerouted power to the base defense grid. Boom! A wall of fire pushed the machines back. For now, the team escaped again, barely. Inside the ship, Mira held the cube. Its pulse had changed. Slower, darker, almost like it was watching.